Okay, so yesterday I talked about everything that happened in the community sit down, and I mean everything, right? I made sure to take every single note that I thought was important. I don't think I left anything out from yesterday's video. And there was some, well, yesterday, I'm recording it the night of, a couple hours later, but for you guys, it's going to be yesterday's video. And I just kind of want to retouch on some things and also talk about something very important for a lot of people. So I'm going to give my opinions on the matter because I think yesterday, well, in the last video, I was extremely hyped up, right? I was at school all day. I mean, I just saw a bunch of news that I thought was exciting and good, in my opinion. And then I come home and then I'm like, oh wait, people find this to be bad. So my opinion was definitely a bit warped or a bit out of touch, I guess might be the right word. But in general, I just asked my community and most people do find most of this info to be good. Okay, some people did think it was not enough. Okay, and I got their thoughts, right? My comments also on the video. Now, let me know down below. What do you think of all this info? Now, I mean all of it. I mean, if you checked my last video or read it yourself, right? By the way, join the Discord. We have the JJK section, which I'm going to hold my giveaways in, which bro, this account, I can't get over it. We have the JJK chats, Black Clover chats, leaks, and more. So, I just want to kind of touch up on this. Now, the first main point is really that I need to address this. Oh, they didn't say much. Now, the way I kind of phrased it in last video, I think, was a bit over the top and slightly condescending. Okay, I think I'm going to explain it a bit better now. So, I've worked alongside devs in Black Clover Mobile, and even when a content creator, ask them questions, they have to be extremely vague. So, when I see it here, it's not something new. And it's something I'm expecting, right? I'm expecting them not to give 100% answers because in general, the details are not fully done until they're done, right? Maybe 2 weeks before, but usually they're working on it 24/7. So in a lot of these things, they can't just dish out answers because one, it's just too early for them to do that. Two, they have too many legal things holding them back. And three, like, they don't want to give it too early and they'd rather announce it in different places, right? Giving an unofficial announcement that, oh yeah, by the way, 2 weeks pity, right? So I want to start with the pity, right? What they did say to me sounds good. Pity transfer is coming much earlier. Should be around 2 to 3 months for how he worded it. So I just want to say, when he said it's earlier, you have to realize this came out in September, okay? It came out in September, right? The pity transfer. And it's not even that good of a pity transfer, but it did come out in September. Now, in September would be how many months? So we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 10 months in. So because he says much earlier, to me, that means like in about 2 months is when I'm expecting it. Now, I could even see it coming earlier, but I feel like 2 months is like the latest they could do it where it's like a good thing and then until it becomes like kind of shit, right? So because of that, personally, I kind of am fine with that, but I also understand the point where, oh, it's not out now, I'm a quit, right? And that's more than fine. Hold on, I need to take this time to say, if you don't enjoy the game or you don't think it's worth your time, quit, please. Gachas, games, and just games in general are supposed to be fun, and I definitely think you should quit if you don't want to play. For sure. But I also want to give you the valid info to make it known that it coming out in 2 months shouldn't hurt you that much. Now, let's get into some info before we continue on, but I do want to touch on something very important. That is the title of this video, that it's not looking too good, right? I definitely am starting to see the other side, right? I definitely was over the top, and I do apologize for that, but look, these are the only units that are like, from what I'm seeing, the must, quote-unquote must summons. Toji, Domain Gojo, Hollow Purple, Ghetto, Gojo, and Itadori. Now, what you realize is 3 of those are Gojos. Most people, from what I've seen, don't want all Gojos. Now, maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you're going to summon for every single one. But in general, you're probably not going to go for Hollow Purple because he's going to be on standard, or he is going to be on standard pretty quick, right? So, due to that, that's already one gone. And then Toji, I feel like a lot of people do want, so there you go. But then this Gojo, a lot of people seem to not want him, but he is pretty good. He is actually really good. But because he's more of a support, I could see people not wanting him, right? This is more of a 50-50. I think a lot of people are going to go for him. So we could say, okay, 2 must summon units. Great. And then you got Ghetto, but Ghetto is not really a must summon, it's more so out of hype, right? So sure, like you could say him, but I don't know. Then this Gojo, I feel like people are gonna want this Gojo over the other two. I feel okay, in my eyes, this Gojo is a skip. 100%. This one is not. Now this Itadori, I feel like okay, I don't know for him. That's the one thing. This guy, I don't know how y'all feel about him. I really don't. I think people like how he is, but I don't know if everyone's gonna go for him, right? He's just a story original unit, right? But in general, that's 6 units. Now that's 6 units that's only 6. Keep in mind, this is 6 units that are like the main units in a whole year. This is what we're getting for the next 10-ish months. Or like in JP, that was the next 10-ish months. So if you count the fact that they could separate them, right? By the way, I want to make that very clear. Schedule confirmed to be very different. And then he said, do not plan based on the JP version. So to me, this is the main point of the video, is that they're going to be split up. And they're going to kind of like be separated. So if we're saying Hollow Purple is kind of like a skip, which, listen, if you summon for him, I don't know if I would say you could totally blame Billy at that point. But then also, I get it's a Gojo. But you also have to realize it's literally just another Gojo. Right? Sure, it's Hollow Purple, but we're going to get Domain and then Hidden Inventory, and then they give you a green Mahito for free a little bit after, probably a month later. So it's like, if you're looking specifically because he's good, you have Mahito coming up, right? So Hollow Purple's gone. There you go. But if we look at everything, like after Hollow Purple, they could easily put Toji like 2 months after, and then after that, we get Gojo Ghetto, and then, or they could split them up too, right? One of them could only be half Addy. We could only have one of them for half Addy, but they make it so it's a much better schedule in where it's not 4 dead months. And I'm not kidding. That's the problem with it, guys, is that sure, everything's getting sped up, but I think also we could see instead of it being sped up, the way that they're also handling it is just changing the banners. Because the problem is after Hollow Purple, guys, February, dead. March, dead. April, dead. And then most of May is dead. Literally 4 months, okay? So you gotta realize that. That's the problem. So changing the schedule, as long as content comes out, which remember, there's powerful enemy battles, Tower, which is confirmed to come earlier, and then there's also new stuff that we're gonna get in January on JP. So due to that, I personally see it as changing the schedule, shifting it, rearranging it, bringing units in a more balanced instead of dead, hype, dead, hype, right? I don't think that's good. That is not good. You guys could agree. I was talking about it with some people. They also agreed that it seems better to have a more balanced schedule as long as you could get the units you want, right? And I don't think you should be able to get all 6 personally, okay? Especially if they're rushing and it's not going to be a full year until then. If you could get about 3, I would be happy. I'd say 3 to 4 out of those 6 I mentioned, I'd be happy with that. Personally, that's my golden line. I think 3 is perfect, especially considering Hollow Purple is meh. That leaves it down to 5. And then Ghetto, not many people are going to be super hyped for Ghetto, more so for the Gojo. So then it's like, oh, 4. So that is the problem that JJK got themselves into. It is 1000% their fault because they did not release enough hype units. So then, oh, we have to give less pulls because, well, they're going to get every unit they want, right? That's the problem. So yeah, for sure. I understand that. Now here leads to the next problem. That means Toji could come out like in fucking March, which is crazy that that's a problem, right? But the thing is, by then, wouldn't this not be the perfect time to release Pity Transfer or before this, right? I could see them doing this in February and then in March we get Toji. I feel like February or March is the perfect time to release Toji without it being too crazy. I just feel like releasing him earlier, why would it be him? Because we've just got 2 Gojos and we just got a Ghetto, so there's no, like, to do a different unit would make more sense than a Gojo or a Ghetto, which are kind of like meant together to be like in theme together. Obviously Toji is from Hidden Inventory, but I don't think he needs to be with Gojo and Ghetto from the Hidden Inventory arc. So the problem is really that if he comes earlier, how are they going to set it up? Are they going to give us enough to pity him in 3 months, by the way? 4. In 3 or 4, right? That's the problem. And then it's like, when is Hollow Purple coming out? How many banners, how many events are coming out? Is Tower Rewards going to be buffed? So then there comes a bunch of questions, right? And that is the problem that I agree with you. Okay. If Toji comes out earlier, for me, that's good. For the game, that's good. For free-to-plays, it's good on the fact if we get more pulls, right? If they start giving out 20 to 25K a month minimum, right? That should not be the max, but minimum, then we're starting to look decent. I would say on average, 30K cubes a month should not be asking for a lot. Until pity transfer, should not be asking for a lot. Because like, it would take still 2.5 months to build a full pity. I don't think that's a lot. Especially if they start spamming the hype units and spread them out. Like, yeah, I don't think that's asking for a lot, right? That's my personal opinion. They obviously can't hand you a lot of units, but they should be able to hand you 5 to 6 units a year. Like, if you can't even get that for pity, there's a problem. There is a problem for sure. I agree with you there. But there's a lot of good that came from this. We know Guild is coming, and that should be more cubes. Tower's coming. That's going to be more cubes. Step-ups are coming, hopefully free to play, not confirmed. That should be a lot better for players. Now, the problem is, for me, this was my biggest thing, is that Holo Purple should come to standard earlier. But it was not confirmed. Because he says, he basically, this was definitely one of his non-answers. Because, you know, he has to give some of these. But we did get a lot of good answers. This is good. Okay. This is scary, but hype for me personally. I want you guys to understand that part. Auto mode is good. No one could say otherwise. Step-ups, good. Okay. Pity transfer, good. If it comes in 2 months, Holo Purple, sure, he's going to be gone. But I don't think anyone should summon from anyway, because he's going to be on standard. So why the fuck would you, right? That's my thing. I really am going to advise against it. Because also Mahito's free, right? That's my thing. Personally, that's my stance on it. And then more than that, right? After that, I feel like pity transfer is gonna come with like Toji, and it's like, shit, I only have 50K. Oh, am I gonna have enough, right? And then it's like, okay, let me summon just cause like pity transfer's out, and then you get them, and it's like, wow, I could transfer 6 multis to the next banner, and then that's good, right? So for sure, we'll have to see. But yeah, be wary. Just be wary. Because I really, personally, just given the schedule, given the units we got, and the units we're about to get being Holo Purple, there's no way there's a Holo Purple coming. There's no way there's a Gojo coming after Holo Purple. There's no way it's Ghetto. So if they're doing big changes, it might be Toji, which is one of the big reasons. Oh, nah. Oh, I need to go to bed. Oh my God. Which is one of the big reasons I think just save is good. Now, the other way to like take this is, what I would say is, oh yeah, just save until pity transfer comes out. That, to me, that's the best thing to do, right? If you want to quit before then, go ahead. But I would save till pity transfer comes out, right? You have your units. You have red, you have blue, you might have yellow with no bar otherwise. You'll have standard tickets. You'll be able to summon on standard. When standard gets updated, great. But I would say saving for that would be good. So that's kind of the video. Just wanted to kind of emphasize more on the gacha aspect. The fact that they need to get more cubes still. We need to see how much our cubes are looking at the end. And yeah, I definitely think that you should not get every unit. I don't think you should be allowed to get every single one of the units at the top. I don't. Unless you get lucky, I don't think you should be able to guarantee every single one, because that's a bit crazy. But still, they need to allow you to get 3 minimum. I think 3 a year minimum pity is like bare minimum. It's crazy if we don't even get that, right? That to me, it would be insane. So yeah, that's basically it. Let me know your thoughts down below. Join the Discord if you haven't yet. And yeah, I'm pretty interested to hear what you guys have to say, because I think your opinions are very valid, right? I need to hear your opinion so that I could have better thoughts, and so that the community could be better in general, and so that when there are real problems, the content creators are there to listen. That's what we should be here for, and that's what happened for the sit down and what should continue to happen. With that said, I'm done. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys have a good night, good morning, wherever you are. Bye-bye.